With the amount of bad faith individuals trying to turn the world against Israel at the moment, especially the likes of Candace Owens, who calls herself a Christian, but is, I believe, part of this little sect of Catholicism that tries to bring about the replacement theory kind of notion, which is pretty much anti-Semitism. And no, it's not. If you criticize Israel, that's not anti-Semitism at all. I don't think that anyone is, or any religion of that fact, is above criticism at all. In fact, Christianity, the Bible, actually encourages you to prove and to test what Jesus said. So if your religion doesn't allow for proving questions, you name it, then it's probably not the religion that you should be following. Just pointing that out. But it seems like Candace Owens and her little sect of Catholicism want to bring about this anti-Israel narrative and put it at the forefront because they hate the new state of Israel so much. And to me, it's really worrisome because they haven't done a great deal of research by the looks of things into what the Bible says first and foremost, but the role that Israel plays in the end times. And these intellectually dishonest, bad faith actors, you want to call them, they're just there for a particular reason, and that is, well, to try and destroy Israel. And because you've got all these bad faith individuals, it is such a relief that you have people like Tommy Robinson, who is actually for Israel. He calls himself a Zionist. And you know why he calls himself that? Because he has grown up in Luton, a working class man, and he's seen Islam on the rise. So to me, it's interesting that Candace Owens and many of the other bad faith individuals, they love running cover for Islam. They never criticize Islam. I don't think I've ever seen Candace Owens criticize Islam. Now, Tommy Robinson was brought up Catholic. And what's interesting to me, and what I said in the last video that I made about Candace Owens, is you do have Catholics that support Israel. You have loads of them. I know heaps of them. But then for some reason, then you have these little sects within Catholicism that Candace Owens is a part of that believe they're the one true religion. They're the oldest religion. They're the one true religion. And so therefore the Holy Land belongs to them. And so the Jews that are there at the moment aren't really the Jews of the Old Testament. No, in fact, they are imposters. In fact, the Palestinian people are really Semites. They're really the proper Jews, which is interesting to me. Very interesting. Because they don't have the land called Palestine. That wasn't ever. Anyway, if you read the Old Testament, you know what I'm talking about, right? So when they've got people like Tommy Robinson that, yes, have seen the results of Islam and knows the Quran as well, knows what it's all about, he's calling himself a Zionist, a patriot of Israel. And yes, I know you've got the other cult-like Zionist people that want to do destruction, and it's like you got that in every single kind of religion, right? So you got people that are just like to the extreme. That's human psychology 101. You got people that will always go to the extreme, like Candace, and then you got people that will be in the middle and people that will be on the other side of the extreme. It's just it's very tribal. We're very tribal human beings. Isn't it amazing how God created us, right? Now, Tommy brings about a lot of sense. And here is what he had to say about the current Iran-Israel conflict.
This is just a quick one for all those who are against foreign intervention, as I would be in many nations. It doesn't work, hasn't worked. Look at Iraq, look at Afghanistan, look at Libya. There's a difference. If you take out the Taliban in Afghanistan, the people wish to be under Islam. They want to live under Islam. In Iran, the people want the total opposite. They want freedom. They're a free, loving people. So when I see what's happening now with Israel, if I'm honest, I wake up and think, great, smash those mullahs. Free those people. Let the women show their hair. Let them party, let them dance, let them have their freedom. And I'm not for British Armed Forces going in there, but I am for helping the people of Iran break free from that Islamic supremacy, because it's a whole different kettle of fish with Iran and the Iranian people in comparison with many of those Islamic nations. So I'll have a watchful eye on what's happening over there. I know so many Iranians, so many people who can't have contact with their family, whose families aren't free, people who managed to escape, who have not been able to return home. I hope very soon this is the start of freeing that nation.
So for those people that are continuously criticizing Israel for trying to free the people of Iran, the people of Iran are now praising and thanking Israel for trying to actually free them. And we know that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. We know that Iran is like Big Daddy, as I mentioned in one of my other videos, and they've got loads of proxies or children that cause a lot of grief and a lot of havoc. And what I have been seeing of late are lots of these Christians that defend Islam. And they'll use it as, oh, I'm just asking questions. Oh, I'm just I'm going down this particular line of thought, and I want you guys to think about it, because this is not really how Christians should behave, but they haven't really opened up their Bible to know how Christians should behave. They cherry pick, they pick and choose what they want to follow, what they believe in, and what they don't. It's amazing. It really is amazing, especially when you look at how they choose to like rationalize things that are going on in the world, especially with Israel being involved. Candace believes that the Jews are responsible for literally everything. And by the way, there is that particular sect that knows about the replacement theory. That's what they were all about. The reason why, yes, the Crusades were needed. We needed to wipe out Islam because Islam was causing a massive issue. But the problem was they tried to, take back the Holy Land. And it was a good thing they tried to take back the Holy Land. But at the same time, they tried to replace what Judaism was all about, what the Jews were really about as well. And they tried to replace it by instilling Christianity as being the one true religion, the main one. And Jews, God's chosen people, nah, see you later. Sorry. The replacement theory is alarming. It's one of the oldest forms of anti-Semitism and anti-Christian behavior, believe you me, because we know for a fact Jesus was born a Jew, raised a Jew. He died as a Jew. He was a son of the living God. The Jews, yes, a vast majority of them had chosen to reject God, but there are some that have chosen to embrace God as being the Son of God. But Jesus being the Son of God, I meant. Messianic Jews, and you got Orthodox Jews. And yes, I know that Orthodox Jews, a vast majority of them, are in control of Israel at the moment. And there are bad faith people in power. It's like every single bloody government. But I think people should listen to what Tommy said. We need to free the Iranian people. It is far time that they are free. The Khomeini is gone. See you later. We need to disrupt. And the Iranian people are the only ones that can actually take back their country. With help, obviously, from Israel. No doubt about that. But now is the time. They've been under bondage since 1979, for goodness sake. It's a long time to be in bondage. I think the people are sick of it. They're fed up. 80% of them want freedom. Now, with those people that don't want to get involved, no one's asking. America, Australia, Britain, no one's asking for boots on the ground. No one's asking us to get involved. Israel will do it. The Iranian people will do it. We just need to sit back and watch. Because like I said in a couple of my other videos, what's unfolding is very biblical, and it's foreshadowing what's about to come. It's very, very intriguing. And I think while the world is watching the Middle East at the moment, they're not really paying much attention to China. I think we should really do ourselves a favor and actually pay attention to China. But anyway, that's enough from me. You guys take care. Be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.